Hello there. I didn't see you. You just came in as I was listening to Dark and reading at a 5th grade level. But I gotta tell you, I had to distract myself with something to drown out these squawking birds, I tell you. So, today I'm going to delve into an original idea, but this is my list of the worst movies. This is in no particular order. A lot of people may think, oh, this movie is worse than this one. Well, I'm just going off a bunch of forums and lists off the internet and just going with the ones I agree with. So, here's my list of the worst movies. And today we're going to look into a doozy because it's 2010's Birdemic. Birdemic is a 2010 made zero-budget horror movie directed by James Nguyen, obviously taking inspiration from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Birdemic starts off with an intense dashcam footage episode through town as our opening credits. Most of the shots in the movie are static, handheld or clunky pans on a cheap tripod. Every shot seems like the cinematographer has never touched a camera in their lives, have anxiety or they're on their 15th cup of coffee. This is all in the case the cinematographer was done by the director James Nguyen, who added fake credits to make it seem like it was a bigger budget film. We see a bloke walking down the street with no rhythm to the editing, so his pace always changes. He walks into a diner and we're introduced to the award-winning sound editing.
Hi!
Hi!
Here is the menu.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with you.
This is Rod. He sees a girl he recognises from school in the diner named Natalie. Rod works for a green tech company and Natalie is a model. At work, Rod makes a big sale he refers to as the big fish of $1 million. And then we meet his creepy as hell workmate Rick, who has the mind of a primary school kid discovering porn for the first time.
A day without sex is a day wasted, man.
So it's abundantly clear throughout this whole movie that it's an environmental movie, that it's basically shoved down your throat. Fist is more like it. It's facts being Rod works for a green tech company, gets solar panels, the solar ice caps are melting. It's put on the news a couple times throughout the movie. And the Birdemic itself, that comes later, that it's all just environmental propaganda basically. It's quite thrown at you like a frisbee to the face basically. So a lot of progress has happened for our lead characters, Rod and Natalie. Rod gets funding for his own green tech company and is now a fucking millionaire, and Natalie gets hired by Victoria's Secret. It's a lot of progress from him being just a salesman for this other green tech company and Natalie working at fucking 1 hour photo booths for a living. There's no wonder her mum wanted her to become a real estate agent, but all of a sudden she starts working for Victoria's Secret. So the biggest problem of this movie is not even the acting, it's not the camera operating, it's not the silly plot, it's gotta be the fucking audio.
Brilliant.
So we're further on in the movie now, and Rod and Natalie have been dating for a while. So it's their first time getting it on, and it's in a hotel room. The problem there is Rod's a fucking millionaire now, and she works for Victoria's Secret. Neither of them have enough money to go home to their mansions. They have to stay in a sleazy hotel. I don't really get it. It's funny, but suddenly the Birdemic starts. What we're introduced to is iPhone standard special effects and something on your Snapchat filter, which is quite an insult to iPhones and Snapchat. The superimposed birds have no standard scale, are always front on, and always screech the same loud shit and are all clones. All of them look the same and they're just all over the place. This is amazing how shit this is. After boarding up the hotel room, they get a chance to escape and they meet another couple and defend the birds off with coat hangers and get machine guns and blast the hell out of them. And boy, the audio level is off for the gunfire, and it gets pretty annoying because it's louder than everything else in the movie, even the fucking birds. They find some kids in the boot of a car and underneath the car and drive close to the beach, where they meet a bird expert that explains we as humans are causing the birds to attack. Science.
Where's Becky? She's taking a shit. Now he's watching her back.
Becky is killed. They drive off and find a double-decker bus of survivors. Ramsey, who I failed to mention because these are all pretty one-dimensional characters. Oh, Ramsey and Becky were from the hotel room, and he's some fucking cadet or something like that. He's got all this armour. But he meets his demise on the bus with the survivors when a liquid from the birds explodes and blinds him, and then they all get mauled to death. And it's all off screen because, like I said, the birds are they're just front on, so they don't appear to be really interacting with anyone, especially in the death scenes. So they're just floating in front of them and mauling them, and the actors are from behind, and then they turn around and they've already got this makeup done on them. It's amazing. Rod and Natalie and the kids travel towards the beach after stopping to get $100 worth of bottled water and a mug for gas by a cowboy. Rod finds a rod in the car they have and catches some fish. He then cooks the fish, and the greedy cunt kids would rather a Happy Meal. But to be fair, the boiled fish and seaweed cooked by these two muppets I could imagine wouldn't make love to my taste buds, but damn kids, forget it. I'd rather a Happy Meal than that fucking fish. The birds stop attacking and fly off into the distance. The end. Wasn't that a doozy? What a shit show. Yeah, everything's wrong with that movie. James Newman, the director, obviously was a huge Hitchcock fan and must have been a fan of himself for that matter, because everything I've read or seen, he seems to take it pretty seriously, the movie. When he got turned down by Sundance, he got a fan, painted with blood and put birds all over it and drove around and advertised in the movie, which I give him credit for. Everyone's movie's their baby, and I want to make sure that it gets seen, and it can be disheartening when all the festivals turn you down, so you might as well leave it up to yourself to make sure it gets seen. But yeah, the movie, horrible. Everything's wrong with it. The characters and actors, one-dimensional. You can't relate to any of the characters, and they're all just weird, and the actors seem to not really give a shit. They couldn't act their way out of a fucking paper bag, for that matter. I could imagine a Sim could act better than these actors with the way they emote and always doing the "Uza Duma" sort of shit. Yeah, terrible actors and characters. The audio, horrible, probably the worst audio I've ever heard in the movie. I've got sensitive hearing because of my autism, and if I have headphones on and then I start hearing the screeching and loud as fuck gunfire, it just tingles and hurts for ages, and it just makes it very uncomfortable to sit through, for that matter. And well, I hope the audio editor got fired for the fucking shit job they did. Cinematography by James Newman was horrible. A kid or a limbless fucking veteran could bloody film the movie better than he could. I don't blame him for putting fake credits on the movie to make it seem like a higher budget film. Like Tommy fucking did it for The Room, why shouldn't he do it? Yeah, and just the whole plot is ridiculous. Like the stuff about the green tech and her being the Victoria's Secret model, it just doesn't lead to anything. The propaganda about the environmental shit is just silly. Fucking the birds attacking people for not looking after the planet. I don't know. I get the point, but it's just fucking stupid. But I gotta say, the movie is I've watched it quite a few times. It's a laugh. It's not a so bad it's good sort of movie, for that matter. But it's got its rewatchability in it, and I just gotta say, for the director, obviously he's a fan of cinema as a whole, for that matter, but I don't think he should be directing movies because he just doesn't get it. I see myself as an up-and-coming director, and I kind of get it more than he does. In fact, I probably get it a lot more than he does, because it's just simple shit. I've listed characters, the plot, the audio, the camera work, just all that stuff that makes a movie is done wrong here. But it's funny. It's a bit annoying at bits, especially with the audio. But I don't know. It's a silly movie that you don't need to take seriously. You can kind of switch your brain off and just enjoy how bad it is. And I think it should be shown at schools, like the film professor will be like, and here, students, is how you don't make a fucking movie. Everything can be studied for this movie. Yeah, I'd say check it out. It's a bit of silly fun. Like I said, you don't have to take it seriously. So yeah, I'd say check it out. But you know what else I've checked out? I bet you didn't know this existed. Birdemic 2. How about that? So next episode will be Birdemic 2 Resurrection, or aka Birdemic 2 Groundhog Day. So yeah, watch the next episode and keep your health up, kids. Big death riddance. Good health.
Hanging out with the family.